everybody, Blake Rudas here with F64 Academy and F64Elite.com. And today I'm going to share with you a little tip that's from an extended vlog that F64 Elite members can watch right now. If you're an Elite member on F64Elite.com, there's a lot more content involved with this little story here than just this video that you're seeing right now. But what this video is about today, it's about a little piece of gear that I use in my kit that, while seemingly unimportant, really saved the day for this experience that I had with photography, especially during the day and with waterfalls. I think after what you're gonna see today, you're gonna understand that this is an essential piece to have in your kit as well. All right, so I just sweat like crazy because I came down here to take some pictures of this waterfall, and then I came back because I came upon an awesome teachable moment here. So it's 1:15, not the best time to really be shooting anything in broad daylight, especially with no cloud coverage. But you know what? I'm out scouting, looking around for some things to do. Better than sitting in a hotel room, right? So get out is the first thing here. Get out with your camera. That's really important. But the other thing is I'm using a circular polarizer here, which is giving me an opportunity to actually photograph this waterfall in pretty much broad daylight and still get some really wonderful shots. So if you're not familiar with the circular polarizer, what it does is it polarizes light, where it kind of like does not allow certain reflections to come in based on the angle. There's a whole science behind it. Again, you know me, I don't really know the science behind things, but I do recognize patterns. So as I spin this, what happens is it actually starts to cut those reflections from coming in. For what you need to know for landscape photography is one of these circular polarizers is, I would say, imperative in your kit. This one is Breakthrough Photography's 6-stop polarizer. Now, this is not a shameless plug for them. I don't get paid by them by any stretch of the imagination. I was at a workshop once and they said, "Blake, do you want a filter pack?" And I said, "Sure, that'd be great. What do you want me to do for you?" They said, "Nothing. We just want you to have it." And I was like, "What? You guys are awesome." These Breakthrough Photography circular polarizers are awesome because it's a 6-stop ND filter built into a polarizer. Especially now in broad daylight, I'm able to get my exposures down to about 1/3, even lower if I wanted to, of a second, so I can photograph this waterfall in broad daylight at something like f11. What you'll notice is in these shots that, look at the wall next to the waterfall. The unpolarized version looks really washed out. You can see every reflection of the water as it hits the wall, but the polarized version cuts through those reflections and you can see the beautiful, magnificent greens and browns and yellows that are on that rock wall that give this waterfall such great personality. As I've been sitting here, I've been watching at least 15 to 30 different people up there taking pictures of this waterfall in broad daylight. I guarantee they are not cutting the reflections there. So this is a great pro tip for you. A circular polarizer is a must, but these Breakthrough Photography 6-stop ND filters, 3-stop ND filters are phenomenal to have in your kit. Another tip with that, this is a big one. You might be like, "Blake, you're an idiot." I realized that a long time ago. Get a thread size that is the size of your biggest lens. Okay, so what I mean by that is I have 77mm lenses. I have 72mm lenses. I have 82mm lenses. Do I buy 3 of these filters? No. What I do is I buy step-up rings so that the 72mm can go to 82, the 77mm can go to 82, and then all I need to do is buy 1 filter and it can go on all my lenses. Geez, I wish I would have realized that a long time ago. You know how much money I've spent on filters? Lots of money. Oh, look, a lovely little butterfly. Spent a lot of time here working with a circular polarizer filter to experiment with different ways that I would see the waterfall, and I was quite pleased and shocked at how well you could photograph these waterfalls in broad daylight with the circular polarizer attached. These dark CPLs are really nice because you can get that longer shutter speed and get those beautiful, magnificent colors around the waterfall. What I also didn't realize about circular polarizers is the next day I had gone on a helicopter flight, and as I was going around, there was a lake in Custer State Park. So spinning that circular polarizer allowed me to even cut the glare of a lake while we're flying in a helicopter, which is really quite nice because you can even see down into that water and cut that glare off of the top of the water. Now, circular polarizers aren't always the best thing. Okay, there are times where they aren't going to work out very well for you, like this time that I was in Moab and I was photographing Delicate Arch. You can see that this circular polarizer as I was spinning, it just wasn't, there was no real reflections to cut. I was trying to brighten the blue sky, and I ended up getting this little scoop of blue that happened in the sky. So they aren't always the best thing to use in your photography, but they do have a time and place, specifically with waterfalls. And finally, here is a beautiful finished rendition of Bridal Veil Falls in South Dakota on Highway 14 as you go through the Spearfish Canyon. It's just an amazing drive, and even if you're doing it in the middle of broad daylight, you can still get a really good shot that you'll be happy with. So there's really no excuses to not photograph in broad daylight while you're scouting. All right, so a circular polarizer is a phenomenal piece of gear to have in your kit. I really enjoy the ones from Breakthrough Photography because they have the dark CPLs, the 3-stop and 6-stop, which allowed me to photograph in the middle of the day without having to go to something like f22 to get those longer exposures. I could do that at something like f10 with that 6-stop CPL with that waterfall. It also really allowed me to just cut right through all those hideous reflections and glares and make those waterfalls just stand out in really unique ways. So I do have an awesome waterfall shot that was also taken from that route. It's called Rough Lock Falls. And over on f64elite.com, Elite members can watch the extended vlog content from this outing. And they also get a look into what went into developing this shot from Rough Lock Falls, from what I did in Adobe Camera Raw all the way through my processing in Photoshop. Basically, break down all the step-by-step layers and what it took to create this image and what I was thinking in that process. What you're also going to see over on f64elite.com to go with this extended vlog is a little more about the outing and how tired I was that day. And also what's with that silly hat that I wear when I go out and do my photography. I'm also going to share a really wicked cool tip on how you can get detail back in your waterfalls at the end of your post-production when all seems like it's lost in those white areas on your waterfalls. So if you're interested in that, head over to f64elite.com. There'll be a link in the description below and also in the card above. If you like this tutorial, please like it, share it. If you haven't done so already, subscribe. And if you feel free to, go ahead and leave a comment below about a time that maybe a circular polarizer or another piece of gear has saved your photographic endeavors. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this tutorial. I do sincerely appreciate it. Hope you have a great rest of your day.